Welcome, fellow shinobi aficionados. Ever wondered what would happen if Naruto had all 5 nature transformations? Join us in this exciting exploration as we delve into the potential of this what-if scenario in part 1 of our series. In the rain, you can see Naruto carrying an unconscious Sasuke on his back after their fight in the Valley of the End. Naruto could see the gates of Konoha, and at the gates, Tsunade and a large crowd were waiting for him to return with Sasuke. And he did it. He fulfilled the promise he made to Sakura, completed the rescue mission, and brought back the person he considered a brother. But he never expected what was about to happen. Naruto, I did it. I brought him back, Naruto said very happily. The Hokage quickly approached Naruto, looking at the unconscious Uchiha. Hurry, take him to the hospital as soon as possible, she told the doctors after seeing Sasuke's condition. They took Sasuke and transported him to the hospital to treat his injuries while Tsunade spoke with Naruto. Naruto, what happened? Why is that Uchiha brat in this state? I told you to bring him back, but not almost dead. It's a miracle he's still breathing, the Hokage said with a disappointed look. The people around, hearing what their Hokage was saying, began to murmur. The demon brat tried to kill Uchiha-sama. He's just a demon who brings only misfortune. He shouldn't have returned. He should have died. These were some of the comments made by the villagers, and Naruto heard them all. Naruto could only feel frustration. He fought with all his might to bring Sasuke back, even getting pierced by a Chidori, but he couldn't dwell on that for long because Tsunade spoke again. So, Naruto, what happened for him to end up like this? Tsunade asked with a very serious look. Well, at the Valley of the End, I found Sasuke. I tried to convince him to come back, but he was determined to leave, so I had no choice but to fight. But he was too strong, and I had to use all my strength to bring him back, Naruto replied with a very sad face. Tsunade couldn't think straight. She told Naruto to bring Sasuke back, but not in such a dire state. She was already dreading what the council would say about her precious Sasuke Uchiha, and the doubled paperwork that would come with it. Alright, Naruto, go rest. I want a complete report of what happened tomorrow morning, Tsunade said, clearly irritated by the situation. Seeing Tsunade's expression, Naruto felt really bad. He didn't want to disappoint her. He tried to fulfill his duty as a ninja and keep the promise he made to Sakura. He just nodded and left for his apartment. When he got home, he went to sleep. He was tired, and his body felt as heavy as if he were carrying a massive stone on his back. It didn't take long for him to fall asleep, and when he woke up, he felt better but still had pain in various parts of his body. Ah, darn it, I hurt in places I didn't even know existed. Well, I better take a shower and go see Obachan for the report, Naruto said as he headed to the bathroom. While he showered, he examined the aftermath of his fight. Despite the healing factor of Kyuubi, he still ended up with several scars from the battle. But the most noticeable one was the scar on his chest, right over his heart. It was a miracle he was still alive. Sasuke had seriously attacked with the intent to kill. After his shower, he went to the Hokage's tower. On the way, as usual, many villagers shot him hateful glances. One would think that after so many years, the young blue-eyed ninja would be used to it, right? But no, those looks still affected him, and there was no changing that. When he arrived at Tsunade's office, he decided that this time he would knock on the door and not barge in like a bull in a coliseum. He knocked and waited until he heard a come in. Once inside, he saw the Hokage looking angry with a pile of papers on her desk, along with Shizune. Naruto stood in front of Tsunade and gave his report but didn't feel prepared for what he was about to hear. Naruto, your mission, although somewhat successful, is also a failure in another way. I received a report from the Uchiha brat, and it states that he has different broken bones, severe bruises, various muscle tears, and damage to his internal organs that put his life at risk. I'm disappointed in you, Naruto. Right now, I doubt your judgment and analytical skills. How could you not have stopped to think about what you were doing? Tsunade said with a look of disappointment. Naruto felt a pang in his heart upon hearing these words. He always tried not to disappoint anyone, always seeking recognition. But there he was, having disappointed Tsunade, his Okaa-chan, and Shizune, who felt like a sister to him. Then the door opened, and Sakura entered. She approached Naruto, slapped him, and yelled, "Naruto baka. How could you leave Sasuke-kun like this? I hate you." Her words were filled with pure hatred. Naruto couldn't believe that he had risked his life to bring Sasuke back to Konoha, only to receive so much hatred from his friends, his family. He didn't understand what he had done to deserve this. At that moment, Tsunade spoke again. Alright, Naruto, go and think about what you've done to avoid making these mistakes again. Naruto just said, yes, Hokage-sama, and left for his apartment. When he left, Shizune decided to speak with her master. Tsunade-sama, do you think you were too harsh on Naruto-kun? We didn't even hear the complete report, and we still need to interrogate Sasuke Uchiha. Don't worry, Shizune. I'm just showing him the errors he made. As a shinobi, he needs to complete missions to the best of his abilities and not make mistakes like nearly killing his team member, even if that member is suspected of betrayal, Tsunade replied with a solemn look. Sakura, what is Uchiha's condition? He's stable now, Hokage-sama, and they say he'll wake up in a few days, the pink-haired girl replied. Alright, Sakura, you may leave. With that, Sakura left without saying anything more. Naruto, Konoha streets. Naruto walked back to his home, contemplating everything that had happened. Tsunade and Sakura were very angry with him, despite his efforts to avoid disappointing them. Shizune remained somewhat distant. She seemed a little disappointed, but she also appeared to be the only one interested in hearing his side of the story. Why are they doing this to me? Damn it, what did they expect me to do? If I hadn't fought back, he would have killed me, and he almost did, were the thoughts running through the blonde's mind until he arrived at his home. He decided to stop thinking about it and went to sleep, but he was pulled into his mental landscape by Kyuubi. Mental landscape. Naruto awoke in the sewer that represented his mental landscape and began to walk until he came across the cage containing Kyuubi. Gaki, I need to talk to you, Kyuubi said with his ominous voice. Naruto didn't understand why the fox wanted to talk to him, or why it wasn't trying to tear him apart like it had in the past. What do you want, you stupid fox? Is this another attempt to kill me and take control of my body? Naruto said with anger in his voice. Calm down, Gaki. I just want to talk to you. I want to know why you stay in this dump where they treat you like a demon, Kyuubi said with venom in each word. Naruto thought about what Kyuubi had said and began to ponder why he was still in a place that treated him like a disease. Because this is my home, which I swore to protect, and where I will fulfill my dream of becoming Hokage, and prove to everyone that I am someone important, he replied with determination. You don't understand, Gaki. In this hole, you won't achieve anything. These humans think you are me, a demon, and they won't let you fulfill your dreams. They'll just use you as a pawn and then discard you, Kyuubi replied. Naruto realized that what Kyuubi said was true, but he didn't understand why the fox was telling him this. Why are you telling me this? This isn't your problem, Naruto said with sadness. Kyuubi noticed this and responded, Listen, Gaki, first, I want to apologize for everything that has happened in your life. I know it's all my fault. But if you let me explain what happened 13 years ago, you might understand better. Kyuubi spoke with the same sadness that Naruto felt. Naruto thought for a moment. He hated the fox, but he wanted to hear what it had to say, perhaps out of curiosity or because of the sadness in its words. Sure, I'm listening. Minus 13 years ago, on October 10th, it was the day of your birth, but it was also the day when a man named Madara Uchiha released me from my seal and trapped me in a genjutsu with the Mangekyo Sharingan. The genjutsu made me go into an uncontrollable rage and destroy this village and all its inhabitants. The fourth Hokage dispelled the genjutsu, but I still didn't come to my senses, so I sealed myself within you as a last resort. That's why I'm here. I don't expect you to forgive me, I just wanted you to know the truth and apologize. If I hadn't been trapped in that genjutsu, you wouldn't have had to suffer all this in your life. I'm sorry, Gaki, Kyuubi said with noticeable sadness. Naruto couldn't believe it. The great Kyuubi was apologizing to him. It felt like a dream, but then he realized something. Wait, did you say trapped? So, are you female? He asked, not quite believing it. Yes, Gaki, I'm female. Any problem with the great and mighty Kyuubi no Yoko, queen of the Baijuas, being female? She asked, obviously offended. No, I have no problem. It's just that nobody ever mentioned that you're female. I thought you were male because your voice isn't very feminine, but I want to ask, why did you try to tear me apart the first time we met, and now you're asking for forgiveness? Naruto asked, curious. Well, Gaki, when you came that time, I'd say it was a really bad moment. I was in that time of the month, and I was angry, and you arrived demanding my power, which only made my anger worse. That's why I tried to tear you apart, Kyuubi explained, laughing at the end. Well, that explains a lot. Don't worry, Kyuubi-chan. Now that I've heard your story, I can't blame you. I'd be a fool to blame someone who was out of control, Naruto said with a big smile. Kyuubi couldn't believe what Naruto had done. He made her blush. The most powerful of all the Baijuas blushed because of a human, and he didn't blame her for everything that happened in his life. So, she decided to get him out of the hole he called home. Gaki, why don't you get out of this hole and find another place to live? There are many better places than this one that treats you like trash, the nine-tailed fox suggested. Well, I wouldn't know where to go, and if I leave, I won't have anyone to train me. Plus, all my friends are here, and if I leave, they'll label me as a rogue ninja, Naruto replied. Kyuubi already knew he would say that and knew how to change his mind. Gaki, there are many incredible places to live, and I can take you there. I've lived for over 2,000 years, and I can train you. Believe it or not, I know ninjutsu. Are you going to tell me that One-Eyed Sensei has taught you much? Well, it's true, Kakashi Sensei hardly teaches me anything. The only time he taught me something was when we faced Zabuza, and after that, he only taught Sasuke. Even when I asked him to teach me for the Chunin exams, he turned his back on me and taught his best technique to Sasuke, Naruto said, getting angrier with each word. Besides, Gaki, the so-called friends you have don't care about you. Not even when you first arrived did they check on you. All the attention was on the Uchiha, and even though you brought him back, you only received hateful words from the villagers and your Hokage, Kyuubi said, her fury building as she recalled what she had seen in Naruto's memories. It was true what Kyuubi said. The truth hit him like a bucket of ice-cold water and opened his eyes. So, will you teach me if I leave Konoha? Naruto asked curiously. Yes, I can teach you taijutsu, genjutsu, and ninjutsu, but not fuinjutsu. I'm not good at that type. I know some basics, but that's it. So, what do you say, Gaki? Do you accept? Kyuubi asked, hoping it would be enough to convince him. I accept. I'll leave Konoha, so be good to me, Kyuubi-sensei. Naruto said excitedly. Kyuubi-sensei, I like how that sounds. But now I need a favor. I need you to remove a part of the seal so I can give you more of my chakra, and it comes with benefits for me to be able to train you, Kyuubi requested. What kind of benefits? You won't kill me, will you? Naruto asked, his fear evident. No, Gaki, I won't kill you. It will hurt like hell, though, but it won't kill you. And as for the benefits, it will allow me to use your sight, hearing, and smell, and we'll have a mental bond, she replied in a softer, more feminine voice. Alright, I'll do it, Kyuubi-chan. Naruto declared with determination and rushed towards the cage as fast as he could to reach the seal. Naruto began to climb at great speed, but after just 2 meters, he started to fall. He tried to pick up the pace, but it wasn't enough, and he ended up crashing his face into the ground. Ouch, I can't reach that stupid seal, and when I try to climb, I fall because I can't use my chakra here, Naruto said as he tried to ease the pain in his face. Kyuubi, seeing this, tried not to laugh, but it was futile. He, Gaki, this is your mind, you can do whatever you want here. If you want, you can change this sewer to a meadow or a forest. Ha ha ha. Kyuubi said, almost dying of laughter. Naruto couldn't stop hearing that laughter. It was the most beautiful laughter he'd ever heard, except it came from a 150-meter-tall fox. So, I can do whatever I want. Alright, here goes. Naruto closed his eyes and started to imagine. The cage disappeared, and the seal turned into a necklace. Trees began to grow around, and next to them was a lake with a waterfall near the shore. There was a cozy wooden cabin. Kyuubi couldn't help but be impressed. Then, Naruto opened his eyes to see his creation. Do you like it, Kyu-chan? Naruto asked with his characteristic smile. I don't think you'll use the cabin, but it looks good here, she replied. That's not a problem, Naruto-kun. Wait a moment, the nine-tailed fox said, disappearing in a puff of red smoke. When the smoke cleared, a beautiful 18-year-old redhead girl stood there. Her eyes were a scarlet hue with slit pupils. Her hair had a reddish-orange tint, and her skin was clear and flawless. She had curves that would mesmerize any man, with long, well-toned legs leading to her shapely rear. She had a slender waist, wide hips, and D-cup breasts. What caught the most attention was that she had slightly larger fangs than normal, the same cheek marks as Naruto, and on top of her head, there were 2 fox ears and behind her, 9 tails swayed in unison. Naruto couldn't take his eyes off her until he realized she was naked. However, no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't look away from her perfect body. Kyuubi noticed this and decided to play a little prank. Do you like what you see, Naruto-kun? Kyubi said in a seductive tone, making Naruto turn red and start stammering. No, I mean, why yes, can you put on some clothes? Naruto blurted out, covering his eyes with his hands. Kyubi could only laugh at her jailer, seeing how different he was. Any other man, upon seeing her naked, would have tried something inappropriate instead of asking her to put on clothes. But that wasn't her way, she would only do that with the one she loved and no one else. Alright, Naruto-kun, you can open your eyes now, Kyubi said with a seductive tone. Naruto slowly opened his eyes and saw that Kyubi was now wearing a red top with white trim at the top, covering from the middle of her chest to her hips. She also had a hairband with a golden medallion that dangled in the chest area. She also had separate sleeves on her arms, which were the same color as the top but with golden details on the wrists and a white border at the top. She wore a white skirt with red and golden details at the bottom. Her hair was loose with a ribbon at the end, simulating a braid. She wore calf-high stockings with red details, resembling the Shaolin style. Her footwear consisted of low red shoes without any special features. Now, Naruto-kun, remove a part of the seal from this necklace. Naruto approached Kyubi slowly. It's not every day you can get so close to such a beautiful girl, especially when she's the strongest of all the Baijuo. Naruto stood in front of Kyubi, took the necklace, and tore off a quarter of the seal hanging between her breasts. He blushed, and it would make even Hinata look normal. He tore off a piece and felt excruciating pain throughout his body. He couldn't remember the last time he felt such pain, even though he had suffered many beatings in his life. After a while, the pain stopped, and Kyubi began to speak. Now, Naruto-kun, you'll exit your mind because it's already morning, and we're leaving tonight. Prepare the essentials, and when I say essentials, I don't mean tons of ramen, understood? Kyubi ordered with authority and a steel gaze that could make Itachi tremble. Naruto could only listen and cry in an anime style, as he couldn't bring all the ramen he wanted. Real world, Naruto's room. Naruto woke up in his bed and remembered his conversation with Kyubi. Then he heard a voice in his head that he recognized right away. Naruto-kun, do what you need to do now to avoid suspicion. Go and get what you need for the journey and stop wearing that awful orange. My eyes hurt just looking at it. Hi, it's not like I enjoy wearing it, it's all I can get since the villagers wouldn't give me anything better. But I have an Anbu outfit that the old Sandaime Gigi gave me for my birthday before he died, the blue-eyed boy replied. It was true that orange was his favorite color, but even he didn't like wearing it in that way. Hey, Kyubi-chan, why do you call me Naruto-kun now? Because you started calling me Kyubi-chan. Besides, you won't tell me you don't like it when I call you that, will you? Naruto-kun, Kyubi said seductively, sending delightful shivers down Naruto's spine. Naruto spent the day doing his usual activities to avoid raising suspicions. He went to train at Training Ground 7, training alone again since he hadn't seen Jiraiya since his return, and doubted Kakashi would teach him anything. Afterward, he went to Ichiraku, where he ate as many bowls as he could, unsure when he'd taste the god's nectar prepared at Ichiraku again. He said his goodbyes to Tuchi and Ayame, or as he liked to call her, Ayame-ne-chan. Then, he gathered everything he needed for his journey. He spent time searching the village for the necessities, avoiding running into any of his friends. It was better that way, he didn't want to explain why he seemed to be preparing for a trip if they found out. But the main reason was that he didn't want them to say the same things Tsunade and Sakura had said. He didn't want to feel like he disappointed more people. After obtaining everything he needed, he changed out of his orange outfit into a black one and left his apartment, conversing with Kyubi, hidden in the shadows, and using his great stealth skills developed over the years while being pursued by Konoha's residents in Anbu. And where are we going, Kyubi-chan? Naruto asked as he advanced. First, we need to find a place to stay, ensuring we won't be found. I have a place in mind, but you'll have to wait to find out. Leaving this wretched village is the top priority. Hi, we're already at the gates of Konoha, it won't be difficult since those two slackers are sleeping. I should leave them a surprise for when they wake up. He said this with a sinister smile and a creepy voice. That's my Naruto-kun, Kyubi thought happily until she realized what she was thinking. I said my Naruto-kun. Why am I thinking that? It's not like I like him, or do I? Well, he's very cute, and I'd like to caress his whisker marks. No, Kyubi, focus, he's still a child, but maybe in 3 more years, I'll make him mine. Her thoughts took a turn for the suggestive while Naruto was already running through the forest, leaving his past behind. After running for about 3 hours, Naruto decided to ask his beautiful tenant where they were headed. Hey, Q-chan, Where are we going now? But Naruto received no response, so he tried again. Hey, Q-chan, are you there? Still no response, but he could hear laughter. So he decided to do the simplest thing, shout. Hey, QB, answer me, where are we going? Konoha's gates. In the village, the laziest gatekeepers of Konoha's entrance, Izumo Kamizuki and Kotetsu Hagane, were waking up. When they got up from their seats to stretch their bones, they suddenly felt like they were pulled by some wires. Then, a sticky substance fell on them, followed by feathers and stinky bombs. All they could do was look at each other and curse the person responsible. I swear I'll find the person who did this and make them pay, complained Izumo. Wait, how did we not notice these traps being set up? Kotetsu wondered. Maybe it was a jounin or an onbu, although I doubt it. Perhaps it was a test to measure our skills, and we failed miserably. What do we do now? If Hokage-sama sees us like this, we'll be in trouble, Kotetsu said, becoming more anxious. We need to get out of here, but we can't leave the gates unguarded. Why do we look like chickens and smell like we haven't bathed in weeks? Kakashi asked casually as he passed by. Kakashi, we need you to stay here and guard the gates. We need to clean ourselves and get rid of these feathers and the smell, they both said simultaneously, hoping he would accept. If he didn't, they had a plan B. I can't. I have to train my team, and I don't want to be late, responded Kakashi, the responsible sensei of Team 7. If you stay, we'll buy you the new volume of Icha Icha Paradise, A Date Under the Moon. They played their last card to convince him to stay in his place. Upon hearing that, Kakashi didn't hesitate for more than a minute and agreed. His team could understand that he had lost his way in life. Meanwhile, Izumo and Kotetsu hurried to their homes to fix their problem. Nami no Kuni. Naruto was walking through the village he had saved from Gato with his team. It was very different now, bustling with people walking in the streets, and the market had improved with various shops. I'm glad to see that things are better now. Our help seems to have made a difference, Naruto said with joy in his voice and a big smile. You've done a lot to help this village become what it is now. You've given them hope and the strength to rise again and fight for their freedom, Kyubi said with pride in her voice, speaking about her Naru-kun. Thanks, Q-chan. You can't imagine how much it means to hear those words. Now, where's Tazuna? I just hope that old man isn't drunk. So Naruto walked to Tazuna's house, knocked on the door, and it was Tsunami, Tazuna's daughter, who answered. Tsunami was of average height, with dark blue hair, black eyes, and a nice figure with C-cup breasts. Her clothing was the same as the last time Naruto had seen her. Tsunami couldn't believe her eyes. The person who had helped them in so many ways was standing right in front of her, and her immediate reaction was to hug him tightly. Naruto didn't understand. A girl was hugging him as if her life depended on it. It's not that he didn't like being hugged, but girls didn't usually hug him. Instead, they would likely end up hitting him. Tsunami-san, I can't breathe. I'm suffocating, Naruto said, his head buried between Tsunami's breasts. He didn't know if he would faint from lack of air or embarrassment. Upon hearing Naruto, Tsunami realized and quickly let go. I'm sorry, Naruto-kun. I'm just so happy to see you. But don't stand there. Come in, please. And tell me, Naruto-kun, what brings you to Nami? Tsunami was secretly hoping that he had come for a mission and would stay for a while. She wouldn't admit it to anyone, but she had fallen in love with the boy who had saved the village, her, and her son. Maybe I should explain why I'm here when everyone is gathered, and where are Tazuna and Inari? Naruto said, feeling a bit nervous about being alone with Tsunami after what happened at the gate. They went to the village to buy some things. They should be back soon. Don't worry. Naruto-kun, have you had breakfast yet? I've been traveling all night from Konoha, and I came straight here to talk to Tazuna, Naruto said with a hint of sadness that didn't escape Tsunami's notice. She tried to cheer him up. Okay, Naruto-kun, you wait here. I'll prepare breakfast for everyone. Just at that moment, the door opened, and Tazuna and Inari walked in. Seeing Naruto, Inari ran to give him a hug. Naruto-ni-chan. Why are you here? He asked with great excitement. Konoha's gates. Hey, Gaki, it's been a while. Where are your teammates? The girl with pink hair and a megaphone for a throat, the gloomy guy, and the one-eyed scarecrow, the old drunkard asked. Naruto let out a sigh and decided to tell them what had happened in Konoha from start to finish, leaving out the part about him being able to talk to a giant fox inside of him. Well, Gaki, I understand why you're here now. But tell me, are you going to stay or continue traveling? Kazuna asked Naruto. I don't think I'll stay for more than a day right now, as Konoha will send ninja to find me here, or at least I believe so, the blue-eyed ninja replied. I see. And where are you headed? Naruto, can I tell them where I'm going? Naruto asked telepathically to his tenant. It's better if you don't. A Yamanaka can read minds, and they might come looking for you here because this is one of the places you can visit since you're a hero here. But you can visit them, or you can tell that woman named Tsunami to join us, Kyubi suggested with a seductive tone. Why would I tell Tsunami-san to come? She has Tazuna and Inari here, and I don't think she would want to. Besides, where I'm going, there are ruins, and I have nothing to offer her. Why would she want to be there? Naruto said with a hint of sadness. Tazuna and Inari observed all the different expressions that Naruto displayed, going from thoughtful to sad and back to thoughtful, embarrassed, and many more. It wasn't until Tsunami spoke and called them in for breakfast that the silence was broken. All right, guys, come and have breakfast. It's ready. So, breakfast proceeded in silence, except for Naruto, who continued to talk to Kyubi about Tsunami. Understand, Naru-kun, she's in love with you. I can smell it, Kyubi said, slightly annoyed by Naruto's stubbornness on the matter. Fine. I'll ask her, but if anything goes wrong or if she gets mad at me, it's your fault, Naruto said with a resigned tone after being defeated. Naruto ended his conversation with Kyubi and realized that Inari had asked him a question, but he hadn't heard. I'm sorry, Inari. What did you say? I asked if you could tell us where you're going, the young boy responded. I'm sorry, Inari, but I can't tell you where I'm going. If I did, you would be in danger because you'd be helping a rogue ninja. Inari simply lowered his head, understanding what Naruto meant. He didn't want to cause Naruto any more trouble than he already had. At that moment, Tsunami decided to speak up. Tell me, Naruto-kun, where are you going? Is it a place nearby? I wouldn't say it's nearby, but I could come to visit you. It might take some time, though. Naruto replied with a thoughtful pose. Will you be alone there? What will you eat and how will you train? Tsunami asked, already devising a plan to be with Naruto. Tazuna and Inari watched the conversation unfold and didn't say anything, but they both knew what Tsunami was hinting at, and they would support her in her quest for happiness. Well, yes, I'd have to hunt for my food and prepare it myself, Naruto said. That wouldn't help you in your training, as it would take up your time, she argued. At that moment, Tazuna and Inari decided to assist their daughter/mother. Naruto, why don't you take Tsunami with you to help? She can assist you with some things while you train. Besides, you said it's not that far, so it's not like we won't see her again, Tazuna suggested. Yeah, Ka-chan can help you with some things while you train. It's a win-win, Inari added. At that moment, Naruto started connecting the dots in his head, coughing a little. Oddly enough, Tsunami was trying to get information out of him about where he was going, and now Tazuna and Inari were suggesting he take her with him. He was becoming more certain of what Kyubi had told him, even though he didn't quite understand what she meant by being able to smell it. But he decided to make sure of it. But if she goes with me, what will happen to you? Don't you need her? She helps you too, the blonde asked. Don't worry, we can manage just fine on our own. We're not useless, Tazuna replied, a little offended. Well, it's not just my decision, or yours. We have to ask Tsunami-san. What do you say, Tsunami-san, would you like to accompany me? The blue-eyed ninja asked. Tsunami couldn't believe it, her father and son were supporting her to go with the person she was in love with. She didn't think twice and replied quite happily, of course, Naruto-kun, I'd love to go with you. When will you leave? Tazuna and Inari asked. Well, I was thinking of leaving tonight to avoid being seen too much and tracked, but I'm not sure if Tsunami-san can go tonight. At that moment, Kyubi decided to play around with Naruto's mind. Naru-kun, now you have two beautiful women with you to please and fulfill some of your wildest fantasies. So, who would you like to start with? Kyubi said in her seductive tone. Naruto could only blush and curse the perverted fox for putting such thoughts in his head. Meanwhile, Tsunami had gone to pack some things she would need, and Tazuna and Inari had gone to prepare a meal to show that they wouldn't starve without her. So the day passed. Naruto could see the memories of his dispelled clone. They weren't significant memories, no one had come to visit him all day. He must have imagined it, no one cared for him. But now, he knew that time was running out, and he had to move. When night came, Naruto and Tsunami said their goodbyes to Tazuna and Inari. Remember, Otosan, don't drink too much sake, and Inari, don't neglect your duties. Understood? Tsunami asked. Like crystal, my general. We will survive this war, Tazuna and Inari said. However, when they saw the look in Tsunami's eyes, they swallowed hard, for it was the look that meant, if you don't do as I say, you won't be eating solid food for a month. Don't worry, daughter, we'll be fine. Now go, the Gaki is waiting for you, Tazuna said with a nervous smile because of his daughter's stern look. Yes, Ka-chan, Naruto ni-chan is waiting for you, Inari added, hugging Tsunami before hugging Tazuna. Take care. I love you, they said as they bid their farewells, tears glistening in their eyes. Tsunami also hugged her father and her son while Naruto watched the scene with nostalgia, wondering how different his life might have been if he'd had his parents close. Well, Naruto-kun, let's go, Tsunami said, a little excited. Of course. Hop on my back, it'll make the journey faster. We should reach our destination by noon tomorrow, Naruto said as he carried her on his back. Tazuna and Inari waved goodbye until they felt they had forgotten something important. Hey, GG, don't you think we forgot to tell Naruto ni-chan something important? Inari asked to confirm he wasn't mistaken. Yeah, I think we forgot to tell him something very important, but I can't remember what, the old man replied. They pondered what they might have forgotten for several minutes but couldn't recall it. So, they decided not to dwell on it too much, content to have seen Naruto again, even though their friend hadn't been able to see him. Wait a moment. But we're such idiots, we forgot to tell him that his friend is alive. They exclaimed simultaneously, remembering that a certain friend of the blonde had arrived barely alive to ask for their help after Naruto and his team had left Nami the first time. Now, he was leaving the village, and they didn't have time to go looking for her. They could only sigh because they would have to wait for Naruto to return for them to tell him. So, Naruto and Tsunami traveled all night until they reached the port just before dawn. Naruto rented a boat to take them to the coordinates given to him by Kyubi. At that moment, Tsunami decided to ask where they were headed. Naruto-kun, may I ask where we're headed? We're heading to Uzushiogakur, the land where my clan used to live before they were attacked, Naruto replied with clear sadness and anger in his voice. The journey was filled with conversations between Tsunami and Naruto, as well as very descriptive comments from Kyubi about them doing perverted things. Konoha Hokage's office. Meanwhile, in Konoha, let's just say that everyone was finally going to learn certain things about Naruto. Shizune, come here immediately. The Hokage yelled. Yes, Tsunade-sama. What's going on? Shizune asked. The Uchiha brat has awakened. I just received the report, so let's go to the hospital to find out what happened in the Valley of the End. So, Tsunade and Shizune used the Flying Thunder God technique to teleport to the hospital. They appeared in the Uchiha's room and noticed Sakura trying to keep the Uchiha boy from getting out of bed. Upon seeing this, Tsunade immediately intervened to find out what was happening. What's going on here? Why are you trying to leave the hospital in your condition? Tsunade asked angrily. Naruto. Where's Naruto? Is he okay? Sasuke asked while still trying to get up. What do you mean, brat? Naruto is fine, he was the one who brought you back, Tsunade replied, getting increasingly irritated with the Uchiha. No. You don't understand. I hit him with a Chidori. It's impossible that he's okay. Sasuke responded, his concern for his friend growing. What do you mean, brat? Naruto didn't have anything important when Sakura brought me his medical report, Tsunade emphasized, somewhat confused. At that moment, Sakura decided to speak up. Actually, Tsunade-sama, I didn't see Naruto come to the hospital for a checkup. In fact, I haven't seen him since that day in his office, the pink-haired Kunoichi confessed. Shizune. Bring me Naruto right now. Sakura, bring me the doctor who gave you that medical report. I'll stay here, I want to know everything that happened in the Valley of the End. Uchiha, don't leave anything out. Yes, Hokage-sama, they all replied. Sakura and Shizune left the room while Tsunade questioned the Uchiha. After hearing Sasuke's story, Tsunade couldn't believe how she had treated Naruto. In that battle, Naruto had been on the brink of death, maybe even more than Sasuke, and she had treated him that way without even checking his health herself. She knew that everyone hated Naruto and that no one cared for him, but she couldn't dwell on it for long because at that moment, Shizune rushed in, looking very agitated. Tsunade-sama, Naruto isn't in his apartment. I only found this. Shizune handed her the necklace she had given Naruto in their bet when they first met in Tanzaku-gai and 2 letters addressed to Jiraiya and Ichiraku. Shizune, call Shikamaru to my office. Now. Yes, Hokage-sama. So, Shizune left, and Tsunade went to her office with a single thought: I'm sorry, Naruto.